A relationship with the right referral partner could be a game changer for any B2B company. So what if you could reverse engineer these relationships at a moment's notice? Start a podcast, invite potential referral partners to be guests on your show, and grow your referral network faster than ever. Learn more at sweetfishmedia.com.
You're listening to the B2B Growth Show, a podcast dedicated to helping B2B executives achieve explosive growth. Whether you're looking for techniques and strategies or tools and resources, you've come to the right place. I'm James Carberry.
And I'm Jonathan Green.
Let's get into the show.
Welcome back to the B2B Growth Show. This episode is sponsored by Directive Consulting, the B2B search marketing agency. Today we are joined by Chris Smith. Chris is the co-founder of Curaytor. He's also the best-selling author of The Conversion Code. Chris, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show today. We are we're going to be talking about why Facebook is the only funnel that you need. I love the title of today's episode. I think this is going to be some really compelling content. But of course, before we get into that, Chris, maybe you can tell our listeners a little about what you and the Curaytor team are up to these days.
Sure. Yeah. My name's Chris. I'm the co-founder of Curaytor. We're one of the fastest 300 growing companies in the country on the Inc. list. And we basically help small businesses with marketing. You know, we feel like a lot of business owners are people. They love the craft of what they do, not the craft of what we do. And so we're a marketing company that builds software, and we run Facebook ads and write content and do email marketing so that our customers can grow their business while they kind of stay focused on what they enjoy. So that's Curaytor. We put out a lot of great content, books, blogs, vlogs. But yeah, Curaytor.com. People can learn more. And also have a book called The Conversion Code, which is the best-selling book on lead generation and lead conversion. And I think that's what a lot of my expertise comes from, is helping people generate more leads and then turn those into customers.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the reasons that we were so lucky to get you on the show today is because this is your area of expertise. And, you know, one of the points that you make, not only during your your speaking engagements, not only, you know, it's part of your book, is you should be going all in on Facebook. Again, you know, why Facebook is the only funnel that you need. Can we break that down a little bit? What are we talking about today?
Yeah. I mean, if you think about the options people have, they're almost limitless, right? You could be on Pinterest, and you could become a Google Plus guru, and you could have become a Vine star, and you could go all in on Twitter, and you could write a blog and have a podcast. But I'm out of breath just saying it all. And if you're a regular business owner that's successful, you don't have time for hardly any of it. So if you've got to make choices, which is what life's about, I believe that Facebook is the best choice for people to make. I'll give you one specific example. Let's say you're a real estate agent and you know that everybody that you work with loves Zillow, right? They go to the Zillow app, they watch the Zillow commercials, they go on their iPad on Zillow. Well, Zillow, because of that, can charge a huge premium for ad space. But if you think about the person that's on Zillow, where I'm betting my life and career is that person was on Facebook prior to going to Zillow, and that they're going to go back to Facebook after they leave Zillow.
Mm. And so, like you said, there are so many options, and you know, to go all in on one platform definitely feels aggressive. But you know, why is it that you think? I mean, other than just you think someone's.
Well, what about Google? Let's talk about Google. Somebody does a Google search, cars for sale. What app do you think they were using right before the Google search? What app do you think they're going to go to when they're done with the Google search? Let's talk about people getting a job, like anything. Mm-hmm. People are on Facebook all day. Millennials, old people, all of them. It's the only platform that has true scale. And so I'm not saying Google AdWords don't work or SEO is dead. I'm just saying every person with a pulse that's either going to buy or refer you business is on Facebook the most. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't really mastered that, who cares about Twitter? You know what I mean? Who cares about, blogging? Like, and what's funny is a lot of people get referrals and they get business from Facebook without even trying, just by being present, just by using their profile. I'm sure you've had a referral. I know I've gotten referrals without a class, without an ad, without a tactic, because it's real people. Yeah. It's your network. It's you hear your network is your net worth. So what I find is the people that just log in and love using Facebook all day, they end up getting a business benefit from it. But what if they did get strategic?
Yeah. Well, and one of the things, we were talking about before we even started recording was, in your mind, Facebook is the best CRM. Facebook is the best email capture. Facebook is the best distribution. Can you walk us through a little bit about what you're talking about there?
Yeah, go to your CRM, go to Salesforce or go to whatever the database is that you use and look at a lead in there. And then go look at the profile view of one of your friends on Facebook. You tell me which one looks better. You tell me which one has more data. You know what I mean? You're going to go in your CRM and type your little note in that you left a voicemail? Or are you going to go to Facebook and see everybody's freaking whole life history all day, every day? So that, when you think about data and people and intelligence about a consumer, people are sharing way more with Facebook than they're sharing with salespeople or landing pages that they fill out, right? So that would be that. How about live chat? How's the live chat on your website doing? Is a bunch of people using it? Or can you turn on the live chat on Facebook and have live chats going with 15 different people if you'd like at any time, day or night? How's the open rate of your email marketing doing? And how long does it take somebody to reply to an email compared to a message on Facebook? How many people are going and watching your YouTube videos right now compared to the view count of a video that you're putting on Facebook? I could keep going, right? Yeah. So I just believe that they are the internet. Facebook is the internet. And so if you haven't mastered the internet, why would you master the peripheral?
And so, Chris, what's your thought then on sort of the tapping similarly into something like LinkedIn, where people are presenting much more their professional persona. They're intentionally going to LinkedIn to take advantage of business networking or finding, that's where they're going to find out more on the professional, on the business side. What's your thought on that?
Great. Go for it. But they're going to be on Facebook before they go there, and they're going to be on Facebook after they go there. I know B2B people love LinkedIn. You know what I mean? Yeah. They always want to fight that LinkedIn is better than Facebook. My advice to them would be prove it. If you don't think that rich people or successful people use Facebook, if you think they're only on LinkedIn, you just don't understand the world right now. They're on LinkedIn too, but go look at all the data. Everybody with LinkedIn has Facebook, and Facebook is like 2 features away from becoming LinkedIn. You know what I mean? Remember Foursquare? How's that going? Or you know what I mean? Does everybody check in on Facebook now? Yeah. So I'm not saying LinkedIn is not a great option. All I'm saying is if you want it and if you put the time and effort into making Facebook your only funnel, I think for most people that's the best play. Because now you're doing one thing. You're laser focused. Like the people that are asking me about LinkedIn have still never even run a good Facebook ad. They have never even done a messenger campaign. They have never even uploaded their list to Facebook to do a custom audience targeting. They've never even tried a lead ad. They've never done anything on swipe up on Instagram. And I'm supposed to go do LinkedIn? I'm not buying it. All in on Facebook, then you move on. And I'm sure people disagree. That's what's fun about the internet too. People can disagree.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love sharing growth stories, and I have a good one for you today. It's about a company called SentinelOne. This challenger cybersecurity brand was set out to disrupt the endpoint protection space. Their brand was top-notch, their product was innovative, but they were struggling to gain traction online in an already developed industry. Then they found Directive Consulting, a B2B search marketing agency. Within the first quarter of working with Directive, SentinelOne was able to increase their organic traffic by 128% and overall lead volume by an outstanding 251%. I have a hunch that Directive can get these kind of results for you too. So head over to directiveconsulting.com and request a totally free custom proposal. That's directiveconsulting.com. All right, let's get back to this interview.
Well, okay, so Chris, let's if we can talk then a little bit about, all right, someone is thinking to themselves right now, okay, this Chris guy is making a lot of sense. I want to start taking more advantage of Facebook. Are there some steps that some sort of executive, sales, marketing, CEO, someone can start moving in that direction, start taking advantage? What are some actionable pieces of advice then that you might have to someone who is interested in today's episode?
Sure. I'll give people two great free resources that will help them tremendously. One is called Likealyzer. It's think of it as like analyzer mashed up, Likealyzer. And this is a free tool that you connect your business page to. And what it'll do is it'll scan your business page and it'll look at all your posts you've ever done. It'll look at all your bio section, your profile picture. It'll look at the kind of content you're posting, the length of it. And it will literally grade your page and tell you exactly what you're doing wrong or right immediately. That is priceless because you'll start to see, hey, your status updates are way too long. Here's the average length that goes more viral. Hey, you haven't done a video. Videos actually get the most reach. Hey, you don't even have your email in your about section. Clean that up, right? So this Likealyzer, there's another one called Sumo Rank. Those are both third-party, kind of Facebook graders for your page. So I'm a big fan with starting with that. The other thing is going into your Facebook Insights. If you go to your page and click on the Insights tab, there is a gold mine of data that most people have never seen. What time of the day are the most of your fans logged on? What are your competitors sharing that's doing the best? What are your top performing posts you've ever done? You can find all of that in Facebook Insights. And then for people that are running ads, we actually built a free ad grader. It's called grademyads.com. And you connect your page and it'll show you, here's the ads that are doing the best. Here's the ads that are getting the highest relevance score. Here's the ads that are getting the lowest cost per engagement. And it'll give you kind of a feel for how your ad account is doing compared to, the 5,000-6,000 other people that have graded their ads.
Yeah. Well, those are some fantastic pieces of advice. Sounds like there's some great tools, and like you said, I mean these are free tools. In one of these cases, it's integrated into Facebook that people are just not taking advantage of already. So I love when we get to we have experts coming on the show. Obviously, we talk about it at a high concept, but then we try and leave our listeners with some actionable pieces of advice. And Chris, again, you are the co-founder of Curaytor. So you had a vision, you had a dream, you had something that you wanted to put out there in the universe. One of the questions that we've been asking our guests, especially in 2018, is, and I think this will be relevant for today's episode, is, at the end of the day, what kind of legacy are you hoping to leave behind? Whether that is professionally, personally, or a combination of the two.
Yeah, it's a great question. It's a big question. And the thing that comes to mind right away is that I was actually featured on my hometown's business page this Sunday and had a big profile about my company and, being an entrepreneur from a small place. The only people that usually become well-known are athletes where I'm from. So to have that, cover article on my hometown paper felt like a lot of validation. But to see my 95-year-old grandmother reading it meant more. So I think for me personally, if I could die tomorrow and the feedback about my life would be sort of 1/3 business genius, 1/3 amazing father, and then 1/3 great husband, I would be very comfortable passing away. I don't want to be the guy that is 98% business. I also know that I want a huge chunk of my life to be focused on business. 33% is pretty big too, right? So I think for me, I want the legacy of being a great father, being a great husband, and being a great business person. And if I can get those three, I think that's the best life I could have lived.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sounds like a great balance. Again, we've been talking with Chris Smith. He's the co-founder of Curaytor. He's the best-selling author of The Conversion Code. Chris, if anyone in our audience is, they're interested in finding out more about today's episode, they want to connect with you, they want to find out about Curaytor, they want to find out about The Conversion Code, what's the best way for them to go about doing that?
Yeah, they definitely should not Google me. My name is Chris Smith, so it's really hard to find me. But if you search Chris Curaytor, 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 that's my brand. And honestly, if you just go to Amazon or Audible, my audiobook really went viral. It's like over 700 reviews. If you go to the sales section of Audible, put in The Conversion Code. If people enjoyed the podcast and I got their brain spinning a little bit about Facebook, one of the cool stats about Facebook is that 1 in every 4 page views on the internet happens on Facebook. And in my book, The Conversion Code, 1 out of every about 4 pages is about Facebook. Not all in a row, but about 25% of the book that I wrote is about Facebook groups, Facebook ads, Facebook pages, Facebook tactics. It is the thing that I believe can help a business the fastest. And so I appreciate you bringing me on to talk about it.
Very cool. Yeah, it was a pleasure having you on the show, Chris. Again, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you sharing your wisdom with our listeners, and it was great talking to you.
Thanks, John.
There are lots of ways to build a community, and we've chosen to build the B2B growth community through this podcast. But because of the way podcasts work, it's really hard to engage with our listeners. And without engagement, it's tough to build a great community. So here's what we've decided to do. We're organizing small dinners across the country with our listeners and guests. No sales pitches, no agenda, just great conversations with like-minded people. We'll talk business, we'll talk family, we'll talk goals and dreams. We'll build friendships. So if you'd like to be a part of a B2B growth dinner in a city near you, go to b2bgrowthdinners.com. That's b2bgrowthdinners.com. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.